Okay, warning. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is not based on fact. And I'm going to show you how to test a website, especially if they bring up diametrically opposed points of view implicitly, and, very importantly, lie about the differences. So we're going to do something pretty quickly here. Pokimane is shocked at 0.3% match out of the population on a website. What percent of men or women meet your standards? I'm going to click women, whether they want kids or not. I'm going to take the age range as wide as possible. Next, height. I literally don't care about that. That's not relevant. Income. Minimum, because it says minimum, $0 means anything from $0 and up. Ethnicity, hair color, eye color, minimum education, religion. The thing that they don't show here is, the thing that would screw me over is, they cannot have a religious belief. Oh, there it is. There's what I would click. But I'm not going to click that because, no, that actually doesn't matter to me either. I'm an atheist and I don't care about that. So anyway, next, smokes. I've dealt with either. I grew up in a smoking family. I don't smoke, and I have permanent lung damage, and I don't care if someone smokes. Oddly enough, I don't smoke, and I can also tolerate people who do. So I'm not limiting myself. Also, I've been in relationships with people who smoke most of the time. Drinks, I don't care, as long as they're not alcoholics. Married, yes, we're excluding the married women. Exclude obese. I'm saying yes for only one reason. I don't want someone I'm in a relationship with to die. Now, I want to point out that it's on keeper.ai/calc. But that's actually a window that goes to keeper-lead-generator, and it's at a website called vercel.app. It's not AI, it's an app. This is very important. This is US Census data. That's what they're basing it on. So I've selected the broadest amount without wanting to commit adultery, and I'm going to include one actual parameter, not obese. Now, I'm going to hit Let's Find Out, which will probably change it. Oh, it left it up there. So that means this is dynamically created, a DHTML. That's important. Number one. Number two, it's pulling it from a database of people in the United States that meet this standard. These are women that are almost no restrictions except that they're not obese. By definition, obese listing, if you're using US Census data, is that this information somehow was submitted, or it was acquired, or it's an estimate from hospital visits. Women go to hospitals more often, all right, than men. That's not because they're more sickly, it's because they tend to actually take better care of themselves. Doesn't matter if you like it. 26%, that's an oddly round number. Now let's just switch to men. Do you men and women believe that men equally want kids of the equal age range, equal height range, not specifying income, ethnicity, hair color, yada, 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 religion, smoking, no specification, just people who aren't already married, and we're still excluding obese. Do you really believe that? So we hit that number, and we get men. Okay, now I'm going to switch it over to women again, and we're going to allow no obese people. We're going to hit that for women, and we get 36. And if we hit this one for men, we get 32. That's the only time a number changed. Obesity. So it's not male or female. They're measuring the average of people in general, right? But if you include obese, that's actually a parameter. If you don't exclude obese, that means you're allowing people who aren't obese and are obese. So we hit Let's Find Out. It'll be 26 for men and women. Do you get it? So we're going to deliberately leave that one in, and we're going to have, it's going to leave that, okay. Now we include married people. For some reason, let's say I want to date someone married. Okay, 58%, now we do with men. Okay, they're not equal. That just isn't true. People reporting as married or whatever, same thing. Now let's do, I'm going to do, I don't want someone drinking or smoking. Let's do a Pokimane method, excluding married and excluding obese. By the way, again, this website, did I mention this is a lead generator app, not an AI calculator? Okay, we're doing women, and we don't care if they want or don't want kids. We hit 26. Okay, 0.24, and then we hit men, 0.20. We're getting differences. Okay, let's say doesn't want kids. 1% on women, and men, a lower number. Let's make it that they want kids. Men, 1.1. Women, 1.3. I'm going to be saying a couple of things that are pretty obvious. There's a slight difference in the number of men and women in the United States, number one. Number two, if you make everything I don't care, I just want to find someone, this is a website that's based on encouraging you to be exclusive. The one that they know will cause a change that will show up will be obesity. But if you switch to men and women and say, I don't have any parameters, and the numbers come up the same, this negates the fact that the number of men and women that are looking isn't the same number. It just isn't. So I thought I just wanted to do that. Now, Pokimane found out that she had a 0.3% match as a woman looking for men. And let's say she said wants kids, yes, no, no smoking, no drinking, and excluding obese, and exclude married. And we did this. Did we get a number like that? We still get one. No, try that. So she reduced the number because a majority of people want to have children. Okay. Now she did an age range limit. Let's say she did 25 or something. No, let's just make, let's make it 40 and make it 25. Does that lower it? Yeah, because none of these numbers matter. In case you haven't figured it out, the only thing that matters is, do you have an age range preference? I'm in my late 50s. I was attracted to women 20 years older than me when I got out of high school, okay? And, okay, to be blunt, the majority of women who've been attracted to me have been slightly younger, a couple of years. Whoever actually admitted to being interested in me, usually years too late. But I found out that, and a lot of you just found out by watching this, if you exclude people who smoke or drink or are obese, you lower your chances, because there's a lot of people who are obese, smoke, and drink. So let's just say, yes, looking for drinkers, smokers, looking for obese, and hit that, the number should go up. No, it doesn't. See, our expectations don't match what we think. Or this is a website trying to sell you on the idea of you logging into the site and finding your mate. It's a sales page. It's not to be taken seriously. Now, as for Pokimane being shocked at a 0.3% match or possibility of finding someone, which is what this is interpreted as, women are encouraged to be choosy because they can get away with it, or they are able to get away with it because they're able to be choosy. Or maybe they're just not desperate. Don't know. But anyway, just thought I'd do this as a demonstration. I will include a link to the page if you want to play the game. But at this point, this is a sales lead generator done through vercel.app. And you can go look that up. I'll actually copy. Let's just open that as this and see what they can do. Maybe they can do more for us. Maybe we can build and deploy the best web experiences with the AI cloud. Done by who? Start deploying, get demo, and let's see what names, and Leonardo ADI. AI. So it's a Leonardo ADI. This is a sales page for it. So, okay, yeah, it is an AI. Oh, no, it's not. This is something that takes the averages here and looks at US Census data and medical data and all the stuff they scrape from all your data, and then says it's an AI. This is something you could write that would run on a 386SX processor if you had a big database. Or you could pre-compile all of the age ranges and stuff into a spreadsheet and then query that. Yeah, this is an old thing. By the way, there's a version of this out there that's from the 1990s. It was done exactly the way I referenced because I wrote the fucking thing. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. Don't take this seriously. And anybody want to do a gotcha on Pokimane being too choosy and finding out she has very few options? No, she might just think that if she ran into the right person, which she probably already has, judging by the way, she is, she found out that that person was, well, let's see it, 0.3 match, that's 1 in 33? No, that's 1 in 333, something like that, right? It's a small number if we're doing ratios. Yeah, the more choosy you are, the less likely you are to find someone, but the more likely you are to value them, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, this shouldn't be taken seriously. The information here is obviously not valid in many ways because we just switch one parameter here that should obviously create a much bigger change, and we don't. My standards are able to fit a quarter of the population, whether it's a male or female, but that doesn't represent an accurate depiction of the population. And again, those are my parameters, which was only to exclude married women, and I excluded obese. If I don't exclude obese, it goes up to 36, and then we get actual numbers between men and women at 32 and 36. There's a slightly larger number of women who are medically, considered obese. Okay, that also means that maybe there's just more women going to the hospital and being declared that way, and they have stats for it. So if you don't care one way, if you do exclude obese people, it's about a quarter of the population, and if you don't care about the age range or height or whatever, yeah. So anyway, that's it for the day. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that, and I will leave you a link to all this stuff. Bye.